only going to buy the pantyhose. I'm only going to buy the
them.
pantyhose.
I don't care. There will be sheer, and I will be happy about
This
it.
isn't therapy. This is not therapy. This is not therapy. This is not therapy. This isn't therapy.
Hello.
Hello, hi,
And welcome
back to another fun,
Flirty.
fabulous
Episode.
This
isn't therapy.
I missed a
It's
syllable.
Okay. It's okay. We all
Oh
knew
my
what you were trying
God.
to say.
The
It's
podcast.
fine. Yeah.
The podcast about all the stuff people are talking to their therapists about.
That's right. Who are you?
My name is Jake Ernst, and I'm a therapist. Who are you?
My name is Simon Palick, and I am not a therapist. But Jakey and I, we're just two gal pals who every week on this podcast, we put on our grubby little paws, we peel back the therapy curtain, we reach into the therapy room, we pull out a theme, a question, a query, a quandary, a factoid, something that is floating around in the culture, and then we take it to the pod and just have a casual Kelly couch conversation about it. Why?
Well, it's because therapy themes are everywhere you look.
That's right.
That's right. We keep saying that.
We do.
Every single week we say it.
We say it.
Again and
Okay, wait.
again and again.
And again, speaking of speaking,
Yeah.
what are the therapy themes we're talking about today?
Well, today we are going to be talking about decision fatigue, which I think is setting in, especially around this time of year.
Yes.
And we are also going to talk about what happens and what may ensue when you have feelings for your therapist.
Ooh, two very juicy topics today.
Yeah. So we're going to see how we can weave those two sweet threads together.
Yeah, we've been able to do it thus far. So,
I think we'll get there.
yeah.
I really do think we will.
Yeah.
I think that we're off to the races here. Eh? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, man.
I'm
so dumb.
I just love what we have going on. I feel like the engagement has been just so lovely. People are
Yeah.
so cute and fun and friendly.
Yeah, so thank you. Thank you, everyone who's listening. Thank you to everyone who's watching. We really are happy that you're here.
And I hope you're all doing well. Because it's also my birthday. So
No, not yet.
yeah, it is.
In this episode?
Yeah.
Oh, it is your birthday.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I'm fighting you. It's
Well,
not your birthday. On the...
I don't know why you're fighting with me.
That's
It's not I mean,
It's not up for
you
debate.
can just agree. You can
No, I
just
have to
go
fight.
along
My
with
role
it.
here is to fight you.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Happy birthday.
No, that's not what I
to
wanted.
you.
That's not
So why would you bring it up?
That's not why
So why
I
would you
said
bring
that.
it up? All right. I already have some decision fatigue because I don't know what to do here.
I know.
Do you want a happy birthday or do you not?
Let's take a quick break.
Let's take a quick break.
Okay. Hee hee ha ha
Ha ha hee hee ha ha.
at the ha ha chuckle hut.
The ha ha chuckle hut
Remember
is now
that?
open.
People still tell me about that.
the ha ha chuckle
People
hut.
still make that joke to me.
I want someone to go sidebar. I want someone to go through the library of This Isn't Therapy.
The lore.
And I want you to put in a compilation of the original, where those jokes came from. Because I don't even remember. Like, I don't remember when the ha
That
chuckle hut
person
came to
would be unemployed.
Why?
That's the only way they would have time to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or if they did it over a period of whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get back on
That person
track.
would be jobless after doing that because that would mean
Or-
they're skipping their duties.
We hired them.
Honestly, I would pay.
I would pay too.
Want to go in?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Send us your quotes.
I would. Oh, we're getting quotes now.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Did
going
open
to throw out. I was going to throw out a quote.
Oh, no.
I was going to say $50.
$50 for something to go through?
That's a search and find.
50 Canadian dollars.
That's a search and finder's fee, and then we'll pay you to make the video.
The episode. Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
Okay.
Jake is going to pay you from the bank account of. Say your number.
This isn't therapies industries. Yeah.
Okay. Decision fatigue. Back on track. What is it? Why are we talking about it?
Okay, listen. So we are in this place where there are just so many informations coming our way.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like we're drinking out of a fire hose.
Yeah.
It's like there's just so many things that are out there and so many choices and so many apps, so many things to order, so many things to buy, so many things to watch, so many things to listen to And there's just a lot of it out there because in this world of information, there's just everything at our fingertips. And so what has emerged is this concept called the choice paradox, where when we just have so many choices, we end up making none. So it's like when you're sitting on Netflix and you're like, okay, what do I watch? What do I watch? And then you end up like spending 20 minutes figuring out what to watch because you can't decide.
Is that because of the overwhelm of like?
It's because there are so many options
Right.
that psychology would tell us that we end up choosing none of them because there are just too many. Whereas if Netflix said, here are the 3 movies of the day, you get to choose your favorite,
Yeah.
then you would only have to choose between 3 and it'd be easier to make that decision.
What are the 3 movies for you?
Okay, so it's The Goonies.
Yeah.
It's Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
And you better believe it's The Grinch.
Okay, so what did you pick? Like, what are the 3?
The Goonies.
Okay.
My favorite movie of all time.
Is the Goonies?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was.
Stand By Me.
Yeah.
I do love that one too, but that one's not in my decision tree.
Okay. I know, I get that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have
know?
movies that you're like, oh, I want to watch this because it makes me feel good.
But I don't want to view
And then
it.
there's movies that
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I love this movie, but I don't want to watch it because it'll emotionally wreck me. Or
Yeah.
X, Y, Z. Okay, so because we have decision fatigue,
There's just
what
so,
do we do about it?
There's just so much. It's sort
Yeah.
of like, okay, what do I do here?
Yeah.
And so all the science would point us in the direction of you have to figure out a way to make a choice. So there are a few ways to do that. Number one, you can also just narrow your choices. And so this is why people kind of go into Netflix and say, I want to find a horror movie versus opening Netflix and be like, what should I watch?
Right.
So people, find a way to like filter in advance. So that's really good. But I'm thinking about like this past summer for music. There was just so much music that came out. And I remember just being so overwhelmed by it all that I probably actually only got to maybe like 1 or 2 albums that I really wanted to listen to.
What were the 1 or 2 albums that you really listened to?
Well, you
I love this game.
won't know them.
What? I know. There, you truly are like the godfather of music. Like you always know the best things, and I know nothing. I listen to the same 7 things over and over again.
Wait,
Yeah.
you actually turned me on to the Ali and AJ album.
Oh, it's so good.
And I ended up loving it.
It's so good. Which
Oh
one?
my gosh. I actually can't remember what it's
I
called
can't remember
now.
the name either.
Oh my gosh, it's-
the 80s synth one.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was the newer one, right? It was
Something like that.
anyway. I'm not in on the Ali and AJ lore, but
Yeah.
I
Oh, it's
did
such a good album.
really enjoy that recommendation.
Yeah. Don't stop, won't stop.
Oh yeah, maybe. But shout out to Justin Bieber's album Swag.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that album as well.
Okay.
And yeah, anyway, a lot of really good music coming out. But I would say that overall, when I narrow my choices, whether it's music I like or like TV shows that I watch, it usually is because I filtered it first and I've
Yeah.
said I only am looking for this type of thing.
Yeah.
And so giving yourself a choice when there's like an endless sea of options, I think is really the best.
But what if you're just like plopping on the couch and you're just like, I want to watch something, but you don't have like a direction? Like you don't, is step 1 have a direction? Like choose something. Like
Yeah.
form an opinion and choose something.
But then you might also want to back up and say like, what do I actually want to watch something if I can't decide what to watch? Like, why am I here?
Yeah.
What should I be doing maybe instead, or what could I be doing
The
instead?
project of being human is so like
That's my line.
so complicated.
Hey, that's my line.
Well, I said it.
That's my line.
Well, I said it.
that's my line.
This is crazy. It's just like, why can't we just sit down and watch a Netflix?
Why can't we just sit down?
Why do we have
and-
to be so complicated?
Why can't we just sit down and be normal humans?
It's
you
not
and
possible. It's not possible.
I. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so
Betty. Hi.
hi, buddy.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to do that when you said that.
I know you did,
But I fought it.
Martha May Huvier
Yeah.
over here.
Gay icon.
Yeah, exactly.
Christina Baranski. Yeah.
Christina Baranski.
Yeah.
She's a lesbian now.
Is she?
Yeah.
Love that.
Anyway, so back to the program.
Mm.
I think giving yourself a choice is good. Asking yourself like, if I can't actually choose, then what am I doing here? I think is another good option. But the other thing too is that I do think that we need to get really good at just really narrowing our worlds. When we like just have so many choices to make, like I don't know, I picture like going into Costco and like all these things just end up in your cart at the end, and you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
What happened here?
Oh my God, I didn't need
What happened here?
the pack of 32 chicken breasts and a trampoline.
So
like
it-
I didn't need these. I did not come in for these things.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it like the pendulum swings both ways.
Yeah.
Right. That like when there's so many options, you're kind of like, okay, I guess I could do with a little more.
Yeah.
I guess I can get the socks as well.
I also can get the socks. Yeah.
I need the turtleneck too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I need 4 jars of salsa because they only come in giant packs of 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I will eat it.
That
No, I
comes-
will eat it.
That comes in a carrier.
Carry the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will eat it.
That's how you know that like
Yeah.
you've gone overboard, is that like you need a carrier to carry out your salsa.
oh my God.
Like you need a handle
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
bundled together
Like, that's too much salsa.
4 salsas.
Yeah.
That's how you know you've gone overboard.
Okay.
But I relate oddly.
So do you, if we are having decision fatigue or we're having a hard time to make a decision, is the exercise to remove yourself from environments where there is an overabundance of things?
I think so.
So like don't go to Netflix to watch a movie, instead go to Blockbuster.
I wish.
I know.
Oh,
Go to
how I
Go to
wish.
your DVD collection.
Oh, how I wish the decisions were that simple.
Pop in the VHS.
But remember, that's a good comparison actually. Think about the decision you had to make at Blockbuster on a Friday night. That's nothing compared to the decisions that we are so overloaded with now.
Yeah.
I wish the decision was as simple as go pick out 2 of your favorite movies from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I wish that was the decision that we were up against, but there's just so much. And so I think no, it's more of a question of going to Netflix with a purpose. That would be a healthier option than going to an app, opening it and saying, "Ooh, what do we got here?"
Yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes I just find myself online shopping, and I'm like, "What am I doing here?
Yeah.
Why do I have 4 things in my cart when I never actually had any good reason to be here?" So I think it's like the automatic, like when it's so automatic all the time. That's what I would also say we want to try to get away from, is we want to choose those behaviors rather than just find ourselves like walking like a zombie
Yeah.
into Costco.
And so the decision fatigue, so that sounds like how to not be overwhelmed.
Well,
right?
Here's what we want to avoid.
What?
Because decision fatigue is when we have so many choices that we end up making none.
Right.
So we still want to try to make one, right? Like we still want to like get to that point where
So going in with like a directive or going in with some intention, I'm going to Costco to get the socks and only the socks.
Great.
I'm going into Netflix and I want to watch a rom-com. I am going onto Sears.net and I am buying a washing machine.
my pantyhose.
That's it.
I'm only going to buy the pantyhose. I'm only going to buy the
them.
pantyhose.
I don't
That's it.
care. They will be sheer and I will be happy about it.
Can I complicate this further?
Yeah.
So let's think about dating apps,
Mm-hmm.
because choice paradox also can apply to that as well.
I bet.
When there's an endless sea of people,
Mm-hmm.
we end up making no choice because we're so overwhelmed by all of it. And so when we have 20 messages in our inbox from these people who want to meet us, we end up not replying to any of them.
Yeah.
Because we're so overwhelmed just by the thought of like, oh my gosh, why does dating feel like I'm replying to emails?
Yeah.
Right. And this is like, can be so overwhelming when you're looking at just an inbox full of messages and you're like, whoa, okay, where do I start? How do I
Yeah.
choose and rank and prioritize who I reply to, and how do I, it's a tricky navigation, right?
Yeah.
And it just comes back to that decision fatigue. When you have way too many decisions to make,
Yeah.
we tend to make none, or we tend to make really poor decisions.
So how much of it is also, I get the fatigue part, but how much of it is also like our brain thinks that we have more options than we need?
Well,
right?
that's-
Like we
that's-
don't need an
yeah.
endless scroll of Netflix movies.
Yeah.
We don't need to go, we don't need 20 people messaging us all at once to go on a first date. Right. But we kind of have somehow decided that like this is now the new norm. Right.
That we have to collect them like Pokemon cards.
Yeah. So how much does that play into all of the fatigueness of it all?
Well, okay, think about it this way.
Hmm.
I love goldfish. I could swim.
Are you talking about the snack?
The snack that smiles back. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about the cracker that smiles back.
Okay, not the animal.
Yeah. I love
got it.
goldfish. I could swim in a bathtub full of the snack that smiles back.
Yeah.
And I would be so happy.
Like
and content.
original? Like you just like the original flavors because they have so many flavors.
You're
now.
making this so hard.
I'm not making this so hard.
The decision-
Oh, for
the
you.
decision's so
sorry.
hard.
I thought you were being like you. That is.
You're making the decision too hard.
What is your favorite?
Just like the plain. Just the plain. So, okay. I love goldfish.
I do not like goldfish.
I love goldfish.
Yeah.
I could swim in a bathtub full of them
Yeah.
and be happy. But it gets to a point, right, where I get full because I've ate too many goldfish.
Yeah.
And so this is what happens with our decisions. When we have too many choices and decisions to make, we get full. And you stop making decisions at a certain point, or you get so overwhelmed and overloaded with it that you can't make any more or eat anymore.
Right.
And so our brain has that same issue, is that we get full, or like our processing power changes. We can't still process information or make decisions and commit to things at the same rate when we just have so many of them to make. And so here's maybe outside of decisions, here's what I would say is a really good habit and practice to start with. We want to keep our routines, especially in the morning, as simple as possible. When you start the day making, let's say, 50 decisions, and so that's where you can follow that KISS formula, keep it simple, silly, where you're just like, I'm going
KISS?
to KISS,
The KISS.
seal with a kiss. Yeah. Keep it
Every kiss. Yeah.
keep it simple, silly.
Okay.
Where you're like, if I have too many decisions to make in this morning, where I'm like, what should I make for breakfast? Like, when should I work out? What should I put in my coffee? Once you have a routine established, that lowers the decisions that you have to make.
Yeah.
So you already know what you're going to do, rather than having every morning just be full of decisions before you even go to work or before you even start your day.
Like laying out your outfit the night before.
exactly.
Yeah. Making your overnight oats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you don't have as many decisions to make,
Yeah.
you also are going into the day with lower stress levels. And so as you're making more and more decisions throughout the day, then stress increases. And so this is also why this is going to be such a niche. Only certain people who get this will get this. But this is also why having a capsule wardrobe is so helpful.
A what?
A capsule wardrobe is where you have like similar pieces. So like maybe you have like 5 pairs of black pants, 3 pairs of blue pants, you know, like 6 black t-shirts, and maybe like an overcoat that you put over top of it. Again, this is to reduce the decision making around like outfit planning or
Okay.
deciding what to wear. And so you'll notice like with all my clothing, it's all capsule wardrobe. So it's all literally just like different pairs of black pants.
Yeah.
So black bottoms.
Yeah.
Different pairs of black tops.
Yeah.
And different coat
Uppers.
tops, uppers, edit tops, and different coats or jackets that I put over top of it.
So having a capsule wardrobe.
Having a capsule wardrobe is really good because it reduces the decisions that you have to make throughout the day,
Right.
or throughout in the morning. And so when I kind of know, like I know that I'm going to put on one of 5 of my black pairs of pants, and then a black t-shirt, and then something over top, I just ease into the day, and I don't have to make as many decisions about what I'm going to wear.
Right.
This is also why I, again, just have a lot of like interchangeable things in my house and just like in my routine, and that's purely by design, so that I don't have to make as many decisions.
But how do you stop that from becoming like, oh, I'm just carbon copying a bunch of the same thing? Like, how do you leave room for that really unique piece of wardrobe? Because it's going to be different. Speaking of,
I don't know. Look at the material.
look at the material.
You may have to go on YouTube to look at it, but
That is really unique.
how do you leave room for it? I
just
don't know. You just do.
So you know what the other thing that I like doing too
Yeah.
is 3, 2, 1. So if you and I are trying to like pick out a movie or pick out something,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you pick 3. I'll narrow it down to 2, and then you pick the 1.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, okay, say it on 3. 3, 2, 1.
1 chicken.
Bridesmaids. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were playing that game.
Oh, I
like yours better.
You like mine.
Yeah. You pick 3 of your faves.
Okay, yeah.
I'll pick 2, and then you pick the 1.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Great suggestion.
Because then you get to narrow it down.
I want to play that.
Okay.
That sounds amazing.
Okay. So decision fatigue. Not to fatigue us all with this topic. It might be a good idea to move on to the next one.
That's
that
so true.
We don't get too fatigued with talking about decision fatigue.
We might already be there.
We might already be there. Okay. With all of the stuff happening today.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel pretty clean and clear and under control about that.
Okay, hands on the buzzer.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, and we're back.
Do you want me to read?
Yeah, do you want to read this?
Yeah.
It's a long one. So
do.
just for context,
I do
we're
wanna
now
read
going to switch over into what happens when you start to develop feelings for your therapist. And we had a lovely listener submit a story where this may have happened to them. There's quite a bit of nuance in it. So we're going to kind of tackle this topic through the story of a lovely listener. So thank you for submitting.
Yeah.
Jakey, take it away.
It's just so good. So we have left its natural length because it, again, is just so juicy. And it goes like this. I've been listening to your podcast and starting therapy in 2022 with my first counselor.
Wow.
It started out as marriage counseling, but very quickly and by complete happenstance turned into trauma therapy as some things from my past resurfaced. Marriage counseling was then put on hold when dealing with my closeted trauma. I saw this counselor for the next 2.5 years. As much as it was clear to me that the inner work was being done, I also could no longer deny by that point, my attraction for this person. A way I learned to deal with depression and PTSD during this time was by writing. So naturally, I also wrote about the explicit feelings I had for this person. I thought if I could write out my fantasy scenario, it would dilute my feelings for him in the room so I could focus more on getting better. I knew I was only diluting myself, but was terrified of losing him and starting over. My husband decided to snoop one day and read it. After confronting me, I was forced to choose between seeing another counselor and working on whatever I was seeking elsewhere in my marriage or leave. I told my counselor what had happened and ended our time together. It was gutting, both in the sense that we had to end with what felt like the middle of what we had been in progress, and also that he rightly chose his ethical and moral standards by letting me down and not pursuing anything. I cried. He was teary. It was awful. To be clear, I would have been very happy in the moment had he chosen to morals and his job. I guess I have a few questions. To what extent does a person have a right to privacy in their own relationship? And it's now been 7 months and I'm still struggling with the feeling of loss and love lost. I love my husband, but I love my counselor too. How can I contribute to rebuilding trust in our marriage when I'm still having difficulty ending this odd parasocial relationship that I've only created in my head?
There's a couple questions in there.
There are. First reactions?
I see. Well, the first actual question that was asked, the one about what right do we have to privacy in a relationship? I'd say you have all the right. That is such an invasion of privacy in my not knowing who this person is. But it's like, no, if that diary or wherever you dump your thoughts, you have the right to dump your thoughts into something and not have your partner go through it.
Yeah,
I think
it's fundamental to like safety in a relationship is to have your own private space, your own private life.
And I think like having your partner know everything about you is kind of like I don't know, it's like not the move. Like you're allowed to have things that belong to you and some thoughts and feelings that you can kind of like hold to you. Not in the spirit of like I'm trying to keep a secret or like a harmful secret, but you're allowed to have some like things that belong to you.
And maybe that's also just like stand up for the lovely listener in this situation. It's also a big boundary cross when someone violates your privacy.
100%.
Like it's not just that you're entitled to privacy in a relationship. It's also not okay that people are snooping through your belongings.
Yeah.
Especially without you knowing and then confronting with it later.
Can we talk about the piece about developing feelings for your therapist?
Well, yeah. I mean, this happens a lot. Maybe
so. This is a common thing,
more than people might realize or think. But here's the thing, though. I think it's important that good therapists are able to use that information in the therapeutic relationship. At its core, the psychotherapy is a relationship, and this is where we're helping people unpack what they're experiencing. And so everything in that room is therapeutic material. It's clinical evidence, right, that we sort through and information that we use in the relationship. And because it's a controlled environment, it's not the same type of relationship that we have with people outside of that room. It means that certain vulnerable emotions do come up. Sometimes it mimics a lot of what we got in early life or didn't get in early life. And so many people can grow strong, secure attachments for the first time with a therapist, and many people confuse that for love. Many people confuse that for this person makes me feel really good or feel really empowered, or they really care about me, they support me in this way, they're really compassionate with me. And many people confuse that for romantic love. And so when we're there to do a job, we're there to provide treatment to people and help them heal. Sometimes those boundaries get really blurry for some people. And I think it's best practice as a client, just on the client side, that is great to bring to your therapist. You want to be able to talk about that stuff.
Oh, to say like, hey, I'm starting to develop feelings for you.
In real, true psychotherapy, that is treated as information worthy of focus.
Oh my goodness.
That's not on the therapist to be avoided, right? So like when people have really good clinical supervision, we work through what is called transference and countertransference.
Right. Which you've talked about.
We have. So the transference, right, from the client, they maybe are seeing the therapist as a husband figure. Maybe they're putting on something or projecting something onto their therapist in the form of transference to a therapist, right? So they're putting something onto a therapist. Naturally, the opposite happens, the countertransference. So stuff gets stirred up in the therapist as well that needs to be dealt with. And so if we find a client attractive, or if we find that we are developing really angry thoughts about a client because they're telling us about their attraction to us, for example, we need to be able to sort through that and deal with that. And in my view, that doesn't happen without good clinical supervision. So someone else that you are sorting this out with.
So you're talking about like you, the therapist, have like someone who is like supervising you.
Yes.
So there's like a third person here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that we are able to, again, get good guidance on what to do in these scenarios. Because I think, based on what the lovely listener was talking about, they were pointing to the ethical standards that like are inherent in that ethical dilemma that are there. Yeah. And so I don't know what the therapist decided to do in this situation. We also don't know if the therapist had those feelings back. And we don't know what that actually means when they say like F the standards or F the morals, I would have done it. It's really just more back to the sort of question of, was that used and brought into the therapeutic relationship? Right. Or was that seen as a deal breaker on the part of a client or a therapist? And so my view that in the clinical sense, all of that is information to be used in a relationship. And so here's what that would look like. So if a client were to share that with me and to say, I'm starting to have these romantic feelings for you, or I had a dream about you and we were kissing or something like that, when there's that context, right, that's set, I might add, so I wouldn't start by asking questions. I wouldn't start by judging it. I would probably start with a statement. I would say something like, that might mean something. And it might be important for us to talk about what that might mean for you. Because this isn't a romantic relationship, this gives us a window, an opening to talk about it. And because I think it's important to get to that space where we are on the same page, that's where the therapeutic alliance is strong. That can be quite challenging for clients to, number one, bring up to their therapist, because that's uncomfortable and maybe also might feel socially unacceptable. Yeah. But in the therapy room, that is invited, and that's important to talk about those things. That's why in the beginning stages of psychotherapy, that's where I do have conversations with my clients about things like, this is the place where we put things on the table and we get to talk about things as they come up. And as we get to know each other better, and as you start to feel like there's trust in this relationship, you'll notice that there are certain things, there's more and more things that you feel comfortable sharing. And so that will happen with time. It's certainly not required right now. But in the meantime, if there are things on your mind, I want to know about them because it might give me a bigger picture into what's going on here. And so that would be one example when sexuality is discussed, or when love is discussed, or when like crushes on therapists are discussed. Yeah. There's a lot there to unpack. And I think that sometimes when the therapist is too uncomfortable in their countertransference, or they don't know how to tolerate it, then we swipe it under the rug and we don't talk about it. And so clinically, best practice would certainly be to, let's bring it into the room and talk about it. And again, clients also come with stuff, right? There's a lot of stuff that our patients like come in with that might also point us in a really important direction too.
Do you mean in the way of like, for example, if I'm coming to you and I'm your client and I don't have a lot of healthy relationships with men.
Yeah.
And here you are, my man therapist.
Yeah.
And you are, through the practice of our therapy, you have shown that I could trust you, that I could be vulnerable, that I could feel supported. And if you are the only man in my life that I can do that, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be the first time that a man has modeled
But then that's the
a
information
safe response.
that we're kind of getting from
Yeah.
this. It's like, yes, the romantic feelings or the whatever may be coming up, but if we were to put it on the table, we could say like, how come? And like, why me?
We can take and put it on the table, and we can kind of rotate it and look at it from a different lens.
Yeah.
Right. So based on sort of what the as the,
Fascinating.
as the treatment unfolds, right, we learn more about each other, or sorry, not each other, because the therapist doesn't share back.
It's not a gab sesh.
I mean, like, as I learn more about them
Yeah.
in a therapeutic context,
Yeah.
we get to look at many different parts that come together, right? So a client sharing that with me
Yeah.
would look different across different clients. So it's not always so black and white, right? Around, a patient has a crush on their therapist. There's usually something to that. And these things aren't just random. And people don't just come to therapy for hobbies and to like talk about the weather. They're coming there for a reason. And usually if their bum is in the chair, the reason is right in front of us. And it is on the therapist to help them explore that, right? And create that change that they're there to do, right? They're there to change something. They wouldn't, if they could make a change in their real life, they wouldn't be here. Right. And if advice from a friend worked, they would do that, but they don't, or they haven't. Right. And that's why they're in our chair. And that's why having that conversation, if we get the opportunity to, is important.
So it sounds like this lovely listener did do that. Okay. But they, in that decision making, it sounds like the husband kind of pressured them to not see this therapist anymore.
Yeah.
So I understand, okay, if I have feelings, I bring it to the therapist. But what if there is an outside factor, like a partner, who's now made aware that there is an attraction here? Now what? Because the husband is not your client, right? They're not even in the room with you. Now, how do you sort of triangulate this? Because it sounds like this lovely listener was sort of forced to let go of this therapist. And now they're kind of like, oh man, I still have these like unresolved feelings now.
Yeah. I mean, with a skilled therapist where there isn't an attraction back, that's a shame. That's right. That could have also been preventing that patient from working through what they needed to work through with the person where they got to that level of connection with, right? And safety with, perhaps. And so this is the other truth just about therapy in general, is that when we start changing, other people encourage us to stop. Other people encourage us to stop going to therapy because it's either working or because change is happening at a rate that maybe some people are uncomfortable with. And so maybe people don't necessarily like the new version of the person that is on the other side of some good psychotherapy. And so this is where we do get feedback, right, from other people in our lives about the work that we're doing or the changes that we're making. So this may be one of those moments. Or I also see it as reflective, and I don't, of course, know this lovely listener, so I can't give. And obviously I wouldn't be able to anyway, because it's not.
Because therapy isn't advice giving.
It's not advice giving. It's also not a consultation. So I am not. But like, I'm just thinking about the types of clients that come in with this stuff.
Right.
In that scenario, I would also be curious just about the fact that they were in marriage counseling at first, right? And so there was still a couples dynamic that was not working there. And so I would wonder, like, was that also kind of being replicated through this individual work that the partner was doing with their therapist, and they developed the crush?
So I know we can't possibly give advice that will absolutely be the best thing to do, right? Because we don't know this lovely listener. We don't know the context. This is all hypothetical.
Yeah, lots of layers. Yeah.
Lots of layers, like onions. But just for the sake of giving a stab at this lovely listener's question, they're sort of saying, what should I do? Like, how can I contribute to the rebuilding that is our marriage when I'm still having difficulty ending this odd parasocial relationship with my therapist? What would you recommend?
Yeah, that question is a heavy lift.
Is
I
it
don't
too
know.
much?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Is it okay? Can I give a
don't
stab
know.
at it just
Sure.
to kind of
I mean, sure.
alleviate the pressure of you having to be the one to give?
Sure.
Because I'm not a therapist.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Sure.
Hey, lovely listener, I'm talking to you. Could they? I feel like there was a lack of almost like there was no weaning off, right? It doesn't sound like there was any weaning off. Like there wasn't like a slow removal of not seeing this therapist anymore.
Yeah.
It sounds like the conversation was had with the therapist, and that therapist, through like wanting to uphold the ethics and through the pressures of this partner, they had to let go of this relationship. So for me, I'm like, oh my God, it makes so much sense that you would have these like lingering unresolved feelings because there wasn't a resolve, right? There wasn't like a slow weaning off. Part of me thinks like, yeah, go back to this therapist and slowly wean off.
You mean like it sounds like an ultimatum and the person didn't get to have closure or
Yeah, no closure
have
was had
their-
with this
yeah.
therapist, but it sounds like you needed to have that closure to like dissipate those feelings, because it doesn't sound like they got to put it on the table and look at it at all angles. Because maybe they would have realized that it actually has nothing to do with this therapist that's in front of me. Maybe it's something else,
Yeah.
right? That's something else that then I could take to my marriage for rebuilding or rebuilding that trust or whatever it may be.
Totally. The reason,
I don't know. I'm just curious.
The reason why I find it hard to answer is because it's so complicated when the therapeutic process creates grief and maybe even a traumatic imprint for clients in their pursuit of trying to move towards a healing goal.
Right.
And so to me, that's why it's such a difficult layer, is that this might also be additional work with a future individual therapist to work through the grief and separation of that comes from the loss, right?
Right.
And so when the separation isn't healthy, or when the separation doesn't have like a beginning, a middle, and an end to it, like of course, like that leaves with many mixed emotions and a lot of big discomforts, like upon endings. And so in psychotherapy, beginnings and endings are very important, and they should be taken seriously. Speaking of endings,
I feel like it's time that
we've arrived at one.
We have. Jake, in my hand is a needle and thread.
Oh my gosh.
Thread the needle.
Whoa.
Connect decision fatigue to this lovely listener's story. Put them together.
I think it's right in front of us.
I
don't
think so
you?
too, but you can do it.
I think it's right there in front of us,
do it!
sister.
You
I
do
mean,
it!
in life, we have choices.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have too much, and sometimes those choices put us into a really hard position, maybe even an ethical or moral dilemma.
Yeah.
But making a choice and committing to remaining in pursuit of our own happiness and goals is healthy and good. But sometimes when that choice is sabotaged by either having too many of them or complicated by the opinions of others, that can put us in a really tight spot. That's my final.
Wow. Amen. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right.
What a beautiful tapestry we have formed today.
What a beautiful tapestry we have weaved.
Okay.
What a tangled web we have weaved.
A very tangled, complicated, nuanced
Love
web.
it. Okay.
Let's go to our final segment.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Okay. Listen, at the end of every single podcast, Jakey and I, we like to come back, resurface, regroup, take a deep breath, and leave you all with just a little bit of levity, because sometimes we go splunking.
Just a titch of levity.
Just a titch. We love therapy here on This Isn't Therapy podcast, but we also believe that sometimes that people, the project of being human is messy. And sometimes we don't have to take every single problem or quandary or query or question, any everyday dilemma to therapy. Sometimes you can just take it to a friend. So without further ado,
Without further ado,
it's time for
Asking for a Friend.
Okay, I'm going to read this asking for friends. So we had a lovely listener submit into our anonymous asking for friend box this question, and it's just for you. It's not for me. You'll also know why. You'll know why.
What?
Also, relax.
What are you talking
Relax.
about?
Relax.
I haven't seen this. What are you talking about?
This lovely listener asks, asking for a friend. Love the pod. Jake, what housewife would you really want as a guest on the pod?
Don't you dare. That is a decision
Yeah.
that doesn't actually have too many options.
Really?
That I would want on the pod. I do have a choice, absolutely.
Okay, who was it?
100%.
Listen, it's my turn to be absolutely confused because I know nothing about housewives.
Oh my
know.
gosh. Okay. So for those who are in the lore, this is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Okay.
We're going to Salt Lake City, Utah,
Okay.
and we are absolutely going to be requesting an invite from Mary Cosby herself.
Why?
Mary Cosby is married to her step-grandfather. She is probably one of the funniest people.
Is this the Dom Perignon girl?
Yes.
Okay.
She's probably one of the funniest people I've ever seen on television. And she also just has the attitude that I'm after.
Okay.
She is such a good friend, so she's really loyal.
Okay.
She's also very strong-willed in her judgments. She's a lady of God. So she is...
Which you are.
yeah, exactly.
Which so are you.
She is the leader of a church. So
Okay.
she, has her values in place. And I also...
As if being the leader of a church is an indicator of having your values in place. Controversial. Continue.
Moving on. And she also has the funniest facial expressions. So I think that she would make such a silly little guest for us to hang out with. And so that would be probably my top pick.
Okay.
The second pick would be Angie Katzenevas. She is a hairdresser. She is also pretty hilarious. Like her one-liners are so funny, including one of the housewives had a brand deal with Wendy's.
Okay.
And one of her lines was, "I'm so sorry, I don't do French fries, I do franchises."
They're so ridiculous.
Yes.
I love
So
that.
fries.
Yeah. Not franchise.
She does franchises.
She does franchises, not french fries.
Yeah, franchises, not French fries.
Fair.
So she's got like the gift of the gab too. I think she'd be a great podcast guest.
Okay, and one more.
She's just so silly and fun. So both of those are from Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Those are amazing. I guess probably from the other franchises, I think I would want to see Countess Luann. Like she's that girl. She is so silly, so funny. She's a theatrical woman. She's so funny.
Okay.
Dorinda would also be pretty funny too. Anyway,
The list goes on.
For all the fans, there are some good options here.
Wait, listen, if any of those lovely ladies are listening, reach out. We'd love to have you on the pod.
We might even be able to just DM one of them
And just be like, hey, can you be on the pod?
say, "Hey,
That would be so funny.
have you been to therapy before?"
Imagine they said no.
No. Okay. Well, we have the next best thing.
We have something that is.
We got a guest spot. We got a seat with your name on it.
That's so funny.
We
I
got a
love that.
hot mic ready for your hot breath.
Maybe we should do that. Oh, not hot breath.
Ew. Yeah, I know.
Love that.
I'm sorry, I'm just being dumb.
Okay, well, speaking of dumb, if you like what you heard or if you like what you saw, give us a like, a subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Ratings help, comments help, send us a DM.
Yeah, give us a 5-star review on
We
Spotify
love
or
that.
something.
We love all of that stuff.
Please.
Yeah, and thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye, stars.